Hello, this is Mr. Price here, and this is your third video on the Summer 1 Areas of Circles homework. Okay, this is going to be all about finding areas of circles and partial circles. Okay, if you look at the example here, this is how it should have been set out. So make sure it's been set out, which is something very similar to what we have here. Okay, now you should have already checked your answers. The answers are at the back of your paper, so you should only have to go through the ones that you didn't understand or got wrong and you're not quite sure why. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one. So we have a circle here with a radius of 7 centimeters, and I'm being asked to find the area. So I'm going to start off with area is equal to pi r squared, and the value of my radius is 7 centimeters. So I'm just going to substitute that into my equation here. So area is equal to pi and then 7 squared inside brackets. So whenever we substitute a number as something else, it goes inside brackets, okay? Because that way, when we take our calculator, we can just type in exactly what we had. So pi bracket 7 bracket squared. Okay, so I've just put in the display exactly what I put on my paper, and that will work. Okay, and this will work for other calculators as well. So we get 49 pi, which is also this number here. And I'm going to round all of my answers to 3 significant figures. So area equals 49 pi, which is equal to 154, sorry, to 3 significant figures. Okay, if you're not sure about significant figures, go back to the previous videos to look at how to use significant figures. Okay, next one. We have a distractor line here, so this is there to put you off. We're going to ignore that. We only care about the radius and diameter for areas and circumferences. So once again, area is equal to pi r squared. The diameter is 12, so the radius is half of this, so that's going to be 6. So the radius is equal to 6 centimeters. So area is equal to pi bracket 6 close bracket squared. If you put that into your calculator, so pi times 6 squared, we're going to get 36 pi, and this is equal to 113 centimeters. Once again, to 3 significant figures. Okay, let's have a look at question 3. Now this time we have a fractional circle. So my first line of work will probably be to find out what fraction of a circle it is. Now some of you might instantly see it's half a circle, but just in case, we'll go through that bit in a bit more detail. So it's 180 out of 360. Now you might see that 180 is going to 360, so you can divide top and bottom by 180, or you can just put that into your calculator as well. 180 over 360, and it also cancels it out for you, so a half. So this is equal to a half. So area of the whole circle is pi r squared. Now I'm specifying this because it's going to guide me towards my answer. This is the area of the whole circle, not part of the circle. So once I work this out, the radius is 5 because the diameter is 10. So area equals pi lots of 5 squared. So the area of the whole circle is 25 pi. Okay, and this is the advantage of doing it like this, because you don't have to use any calculator work here. You know 5 squared is 25, so it's 25 lots of pi. Okay, now we want half of this amount, so area of the part circle is going to be half of that, so 25 pi over 2. I've got no common factors, so I'm just going to put 25 pi over 2 into my calculator. 25 pi divided by 2, and that's 39.3. And that's to 3 significant figures. Okay, and then finally, this one here It's a right angle, so once again I'm going to work out my fraction. So it's 90 out of 360, and that is just a quarter. Okay, either using a calculator or simplifying until you can't go any further. So the area of the whole circle is pi r squared. So the radius is 2. Okay, because it goes from the outside to the centre, so that's the radius, 2 centimetres. So area of the whole is pi lots of 2 squared. So area whole is 4 pi. So then here the area of the part is going to be 4 pi multiplied by a quarter, which is just over 4. Okay, and here I can see these are going to cancel. So I just got area of the part is pi, which is equal to 3.14 centimetres. Just 3 significant figures. Okay, so I didn't even need a calculator at all for this question. Okay, let's look at section 2. So this time we're not necessarily given the radius or the diameter. We're given extra information here, and we want to find the missing piece. So just going through this example very quickly, we know the area is pi r squared. We know the area is 15, so we substitute the area in as 15. So 15 equals pi r squared. Now to leave r by itself, we divide by pi both sides, so we get 15 divided by pi. And to get rid of the squared, we square root both sides, so we get r is equal to square root of 15 over pi, which you can input into your calculator. Okay, let's look at question 1. So I'm given the area, so I'm going to use my area of a circle equation. So area equals pi r squared, and I know that the area is equal to 30 centimetres squared. So 30 is equal to pi r squared. I'm going to divide both sides by pi to cancel out the pi, because I want to get r by itself, so I know what r is equal to. So divide by pi, I get 30 over pi is equal to r squared, and I'm going to square root both sides, so I get the square root of 30 over pi is equal to r, and if I do that on my calculator, okay, I'm going to get 3.09 centimetres to 3 significant figures. Okay, it's centimetres because the radius is a length, and my area was in centimetres squared. Okay, for this one, I'm trying to find the diameter. I'm given the area, so once again, area equals pi r squared, and the area is 21 centimetres squared. So 21 don't need centimetres in there, so 21 equals pi r squared. So I'm going to divide by pi both sides, so 21 over pi is equal to r squared, and then I'm going to square root. So the square root of 21 over pi is equal to r. Okay, and I want the diameter, so I just want to double my answer afterwards. So 21 over pi, all square rooted. Okay, it's 2.584, but I want the diameter, so I want to double my answer. Let's just put my first answer down first, so 2.585. So then the diameter must be double that. So 5.17 centimetres. Okay, I'm so running out of room a little bit here. Okay, question 3. I'm trying to find the circumference of the circle. Okay, so I'm going to find the radius first, and once I know the radius, I can work out the circumference. So I'm going to use another bit of paper actually for this, because I am running out of room. So I know that the area is 7 centimetres. I'm going to use my area of the circle's equation. So area equals pi r squared, and the area is 7 centimetres. So I'm going to find out the radius first. So 7 equals pi r squared. So divide both sides by pi. I get 7 over pi equals r squared, and I'm going to square root both sides. So the square root of 7 over pi will equal the radius. So the radius here, putting that on the calculator, 7 divided by pi divided by, all square rooted. Okay, so the radius is 1.4927. So if I know the radius, to get the circumference, I need to use c equals pi d. So the radius is this, so the diameter is double that. So the diameter is 2.9899 to 3 significant figures. Okay, so using this, c equals 2.99 pi and this is 9.38 centimeters to 3 significant figures. Okay. And then the final one, this one's quite tricky. I'm trying to find the perimeter of this shape when the area of this half circle is 50 centimeters squared. Okay, this one was quite tricky, so I will try and go through this relatively slowly for you. Okay, so I'm going to find the area of the whole circle here first, so pi r squared. So the area of the part circle is 50 centimeters squared, and because it's a half a circle, I want to effectively double this to make a full circle. So area of the full circle would be 100 centimeters squared. Okay, so the area of the part circle is 50, so the whole circle would be 100 centimeters squared, which I can then put into this equation. So 100 is equal to pi r squared, so divide by pi on both sides, so 100 divided by pi equals r squared, and then square root both answers, so the square root of 100 over pi will equal the radius. Okay, and it doesn't matter if it was a full circle or the part circle, the radius is still the same. Okay, so you'll have noticed that on previous questions. If you have a part of circle, the radius and diameter is exactly the same as if it was a full circle, so that's why we wanted to find the full circle area. Okay, so the radius is 100 divided by pi, all square rooted, so the radius is 5.64. Okay, so now I want to find the perimeter of this, so I need to find the circumference of the part circle and then add on the diameter. So using c equals pi d and the diameter being 11.283 centimeters. So the circumference of the whole circle is 11.283 pi. So the circumference of the part circle is 11.283 pi divided by 2 because it's a half circle. And I'll work out the circumference now, so multiply by pi and divide that by 2. So the circumference of the part circle is 17.724 centimeters. That should be 5, sorry, because my next number is makes it round up. Okay, so now to find the perimeter, I have this bit, and now just add on the diameter. So the perimeter is 17.725, add 11.283, which is the diameter, so I get the full perimeter, so this bit and that bit, and that gets us 29 centimeters, 0.0 to 3 significant figures. Okay, that one was quite tricky. Hopefully you followed that. If you didn't, rewind the bits you didn't understand and look where I got those numbers from. or come and see me, or ask a question in the forum on Moodle. Okay. Excuse me. And finally, the last bit, which is section 3. I want to know which area is bigger. Sorry, which pizza is bigger. And to do that, I need to find the area of both. So the first one shouldn't be too bad. I'm first going to label these, area 1 and area 2. So let's split our page in half, because I want to compare two different things. So on the left-hand side of my workings, I'm going to work out the area of my first circle. And on the second part, I'm going to do my second circle. Okay, so I know here the circumference is equal to 15 centimeters, and I want to find the area. So C equals pi d. Now to get the area, I need to know the radius, so I need to find the diameter from here. So 15 is equal to pi d. So to get the diameter, I just divide by pi. So 15 over pi equals the diameter. Okay, and I'm going to leave it like that for now. So I'm just going to leave it as 15 over pi. Okay, so the radius therefore will be half of that. So 15 over 2 pi. Okay, because I multiplied by a half, so the 2 goes at the bottom to show that I've divided by 2. Okay, so 15 over 2 pi is the radius. So to get the area, it's pi r squared. So the area is pi bracket 15 over 2 pi close bracket squared. Okay, and I can put that into my calculator. So pi bracket 15 divided by 2 pi close bracket squared. And this gives me 17.9 centimeters squared. Okay, because that's an area. Okay, for this one, I'm going to split it into two shapes. So I've got a rectangle. Okay, shape 1. And I've got 2 semicircles. Okay, and this is that bit's 5 centimeters. This bit's 4 centimeters. So this bit is also 4 centimeters. Okay, because that this length here is the same as the diameter of this circle. Okay, so the area of the rectangle, or shape 1, so area of shape 1 is equal to 5 times 4, because it's a rectangle. So the area of shape 1 is 20 centimeters squared, and the area of shape 2 is using pi r squared. So and the radius is going to be 2, so pi 2 bracket squared, so that's 4 pi. Now this is a half circle, but I've got 2 of them, so it'll just be the same as working out a full circle. So I'm just going to leave it as a full circle. So the area of 2 equals 4 pi, so the total area will be equal to 20 plus 4 pi. Okay, the area of shape 1 plus the area of shape 2 plus 4 pi. So that gives us 32.6 centimeters to 3 significant figures. Okay, and we can clearly see that second pizza is bigger because pizza 2 is 32.6 centimeters squared and pizza 1 is only 17.9 centimeters squared. Okay, and this is a perfect answer for that kind of question. You've shown which one's bigger and why using your numbers that you've calculated. Okay, I hope that was useful. If you've got any questions, put them on the forum or come and see me after school. Thank you very much.